sets his face towards Jerusalem. And his disciples are right there with him. And they're moving towards the city. All of a sudden, they see a group of children and some mothers. You know how pushy those mothers can be sometimes. And they're not wanting that interference. I can almost imagine that Jesus stops when he sees those children and the mothers and the people wanting to bring the children to him. And the disciples are pushing on. Come on, Jesus, we've got the challenges of those Pharisees to meet. We've got more lessons to teach. We've got more healing to be done. Come on, Jesus, let's keep it going. We've got a mission. We've got to get to Jerusalem. And Jesus, back in the scriptures, it says, Jesus realized what was going on. And he stopped and he spoke sternly to the disciples. Let the little children come unto me. And he held them and he played with them and he blessed them and he put his arms around them. Jesus blessed them. But I can't help but think that those little children were blessing Jesus, right? Because Jesus knew what was in store for him once he got into the city. And perhaps it was that love that children give so freely. You know, you felt it when you've been down, when you've been afraid, and that little one comes up and just gives you a hug. This love that surrounded these children and Jesus on that day, I think is an amazing thing for you and I to remember. Because that's what love's all about. And that's what blessing one another is all about. To know that when Jesus says, let the little children come to me and do not hinder them, for the kingdom of God belongs to such as these little children. Truly I tell you, anyone who did not receive the kingdom of God like a little child will never enter it. We can be like little children in our own souls, right? Sometimes we feel like we're mighty filled with the Spirit, and then there's other times that we feel like we're reduced to the longings of a little child that's lost. So I believe that Jesus is talking to all of us. But my friends, you and I have this responsibility, this calling as adults to watch out for little children, to watch out for those children that are being abused and beaten, verbally abused, hurt. As teachers and as ministers, we as doctors, as nurses, we have